The live stream's about to begin momentarily, and soon I'll start answering all of your questions about VR. I've had my VR YouTube channel up for over 5 years now, and for the past 2, VR has become my full-time gig. I'm experiencing new virtual reality games every single day, and I of course love checking out the latest hardware. So if you have any questions at all about this industry, stay tuned and I promise I'll give you some answers. As a reminder, if you have a direct question for me, please use @Mateo311 down in the chat when asking. And if you want to help support this channel, go click the thumbs up right now. Now the stream will be starting soon, but in the meantime, enjoy the montage.
If you're here, something has gone terribly wrong. Farah is fraught with danger. You'll need help to survive. Take these gauntlets. They'll enhance your strength and help you heal. They are one of my finest accomplishments. Having the gauntlets enables the use of a throwing shield. The shield can be used to protect yourself and to help you climb. And climb you must.
No one knows how old the city really is. For me, it's all I've ever known. My whole world. I was raised in this city's shadow, free to take whatever I need to survive.
Bullshit, man. I'm not putting away my figurines. Bullshit. I got the glasses on because I know it triggers people. And I went and grabbed the figurine just because of you, David Clark. I see you chatting away over there. Let's go. Let's go. Bring it. What's up, guys? How you doing? I am having one hell of a week. Not in a good way. I just got back from physical therapy. I'm in pain. I am grumpy, and see, I didn't put it away. I went and grabbed an extra one. That one, we're going to sell this one, actually. Oh, we want to talk about it? This is Project Phoenix. Arr! How we doing? It's not going to focus because it wants to focus my face, but obviously the base is all screwed up, but I'm going to turn that. That's going to be lava. Any goo you see is going to be lava. And then there's going to be like black coal, basalt, I don't know, whatever the volcanic rock is. That's my third paint job ever and my third print. But we have a new printer. But let's stay on VR for now. Let's stay on VR for at least 5 minutes, guys. I got everything set up. I didn't screw up today. Played around with some cameras, fixed my screwed up cameras from last time. There's apparently a bug in OBS. Thank you. I needed you to zoom out. So in OBS, if you have a screen connected but disabled, it screws up OBS screen capture. Who knew? So I had to disconnect my projector, which is pretty annoying, but it is what it is. Kilobyte coming in on Twitch. What up, man? Oh, I didn't sound off on people when I came in today because I came in hot fighting Dave. Physical therapy for an injury. So apparently I'm suffering from something going on in my neck trap area right now. So like something in my thoracic spine is overly tight, and that's causing pain in other spots. But I have radial tunnel syndrome, which is on the mend. So, you know, it's cool. Is there a VR mini painting app yet? So you can actually do it in Demio. Speaking of that, I pulled out, I've never used my Logitech Ink MX. My shirt keeps getting bundled up. I've never used my Logitech Ink MX pen, my stylus guy here. And I said, you know what? I don't really want to use it in VR, but I do want to use it, you know, because We're doing the game development stuff. We're doing a lot of things. See, I'm just in my chair. It would be cool to have that when I'm sitting there talking to our developer and being like, oh, this is my idea, and kind of just scribble and him watch it. That would be useful. But this mother effer refuses to pair. Like, I put it in Bluetooth mode and it's not showing up on my phone, my computer, my headset. So basically, I don't know, it could have been sitting here for 2 years broken. My ass. I saw Gamertan got to play with the Steam frame, and I didn't want to talk about this, but I don't know if he's allowed to talk about it. I'm scared he's going to get someone in trouble. So our studio, Noetic Realms, we have a Steam frame. And I can say that without fear because our lead developer posted a picture, and that was weeks ago. So he posted a picture of the Steam frame next to his previous game. So obviously you guys know the studio. I haven't said it out loud, but the studio has it. And we've had it for a while now. I can't say shit. I can't say shit without getting myself and obviously the entire studio in trouble. So, you know, where do I go from there? Yeah, but so the funny thing is, we were allowed to post a picture. We weren't I don't want to have this conversation. It's weird because I don't know the scenario and I didn't even watch his video or anything. I literally just heard right before I went live what someone else just repeated. But there should be no impressions mentioned. No impressions, no performance, trials, stuff like that. Now, that's my knowledge of our situation. So, I'm being really discreet and specific on what I say here, because I hate the drama. I don't judge anybody for what they do. I think people who are quick to judge are the worst type of people, who don't stop and try to empathize, figure out what's going on, and see that most situations in life are gray. So I'm not quick to judge. I know people scream clickbait, rage bait, this, that. Everything's clickbait. It's just, my line for clickbait is I want to intrigue people but not mislead people. So intrigue but not mislead. And that's the goal. I think that's a good thumbnail. Some people might say, well, even your attempt at intriguing people, you're going too far. Or, well, what's the line? Or how far is misleading? What do you consider misleading? And, that's a weird one too, because I can say the statement, and this is a perfect example. I am so in the weeds here, but someone came up to me, and I won't name names, but they came up to me, well-known VR figure, came up to me and said, oh, I just saw your video title. I didn't get to watch it yet, but it said, what's going on with VR? And it was a recap of something. And they were like, oh, man, he didn't like it. Oh, I'm so upset. And I was like, what's going on with VR? And you see, it's the exact same words, different tone. But you create the tone in your head when you read. So some people might feel misled, but they misled themselves. So this is why, I try not to judge ever. Unless you're a pedophile. Then fuck you, you're judged. And, you deserve to burn. There's, unlimited judgment there. All right. I'm focusing. And what's up, Kalia? You came in at a random moment. Kalia, I'm seeing all the pictures. I was supposed to be on that trip right now. I'm supposed to be in the effing Bahamas. Instead, I got another foot of snow this week. My kids have been home all week. I couldn't do game night because of that. I'm backed up on work. I'm streaming on random times. I'm losing my goddamn mind. I'm wearing sunglasses indoors. Hell yeah, all judgment. Let's go. And Killer, I'm glad you like the motto. Dem files, don't even start, man. My heart will break. But fight Gabe, break your NDA. No shot. I'm also I'm in a situation now where, unfortunately, I'm still me. I'll still tell you how I feel, but I do have to be more careful with things and play it safe because, you know, there's a studio reputation on the line. There's a game reputation on the line. I work with an agency, so I could also reflect poorly on the agency. Now, that's not like I'm sitting there and like, filter yourself, filter yourself. It's very hard to filter me. But I'm very aware of that. And I think I play it perfectly on the line. But someone else on the outside with a different perspective may be like, I don't like the way, you know, he worded that, or he's fast and loose on this, or he's insinuating something. So it's really hard. And language is a big deal too. And, you know, how you grew up and additional context. And don't get me started. NDAs are jokes. So NDAs are like, listen, we told you don't do this. That's all it really is. You're not like, the chance that someone's going to sue you on an NDA is very small. But what's going to happen is you're blacklisted. So you break an NDA, especially with someone like Valve, HTC, if you care, not going to work with you. Meta, probably not going to work with you. That's the implications of breaking your NDA. The whole, it's a legal binding thing is much less scary. So what's up? I see a lot more people jumping in. Sorry I didn't sound off on everybody, but I do appreciate everybody popping in nice and early. I just had to, you know, I had to bring the heat with the dragon. But I've seen some like decent stuff popping up about RAM lately. Some people trying to save the RAM industry, which is a little shining light there. I really think the AI bubble is going to pop, but the ramifications are going to be shit. What's the NDA for? No, we were just discussing NDAs in general. Like, we were talking about how our studio has a Steam frame, but that's all I can say. And I'm only comfortable saying that because our lead developer posted a picture a few weeks back. I wouldn't even say those words out loud if it wasn't for him basically saying, you know, like, anyway. The ramifications of the RAM situation. We're getting rammed in the ass is what's going on. Did I show you guys how cool my new chair that my wife got me is? Wait. Let's go over here. Wait for it. Wait for it. Can we do the rest of the stream like this, my friends? I can still see chat. Let's see. From here, I think I can read it. Gamer Tag also said there's a new game for the frame. HL3 question mark. I haven't seen Gamer Tag's video. I said everything I can and will say. So we'll go back from here. I adjusted this here. I was playing around. Like I was like, you know, we'll set a new screen. We'll do something different. I always like, if I'm having a meeting, I do want the face forward business professional camera. It's almost perfectly centered and stuff. And then I was going to do stuff on this screen. Like someone was asking for the chat when they rewatch the videos. Maybe subscriber count. I don't know. I'll figure something out. But, you know, I get random inspiration. Boom. There's no way Half-Life 3 would be VR only. Okay? I honestly think they want to do something cool, asymmetrical. I think that's the right way to do it. Like, because make a really cool game and make it really cool from two different perspectives. And then, so the flat people are like, oh, you're playing on a Steam frame? That's really cool. What's it like? And they're like, yeah, it's really cool too. You got to try it. And so like, and then they're like, and you know, you could play a bunch of your Steam games on here too. It seems like an ecosystem friendly, you know, like direction or smart choice in a game. Obviously, everything else they're doing is ecosystem friendly between Proton and Fex and 2D to 3D, which is really cool because it encourages more use. So there's a lot of stuff. But let me get back on the chat, focus on what you guys are saying. Let's see. So he was playing a game he couldn't name. He also said he played Alex standalone but wasn't verified and was getting like 40 to 50 FPS. I'm absolutely... I'm going to move on from this conversation because I'm just scared to comment on anything. I have notes. I have things I want to talk about. The last thing I want to do is get anyone in trouble. That's the last thing I want to do. But like people have said, it's like, I'll go that far. Let's see what else is going on. Maybe it's the other way around to Alex. Flat screen for first, then VR second. I mean, I think they're, so someone said, Valve already said they're not making anything for the Steam frame or making anything for the Steam machine. Okay. Even if they said yes to that statement, they're like, are you making anything exclusive for the Steam frame or the Steam machine? And they're like, no, we're not. We're not doing that. Yeah, because the game won't be exclusive. You see what I'm saying? Like, it won't be exclusive because their games work on so many other platforms. Like, they went out of their way to make sure Half-Life Alyx would work on an HTC headset on the MetaQuest back then. So, like, it won't be exclusive. So, technically, they weren't lying. So, there's, like, or they could straight up lie because they wanted to. Because they want it to be even more hyped when they make an announcement. Thank you, comic book guy. That's awesome. Why are you wasting your money on me? I appreciate it. Oh, but you got those good European monies right now. Those are good right now because the American monies are not doing as good as the European monies. So right now I'm going to convert that, man. I just made some big monies. Thank you, my friend. Oh, yes, reminders, guys. I'm rambling a lot today. However, if you want my attention at Gaming with Mateo 311, you'll catch my eye, and I'll do my best to read it. I did see the quest for low res data mined image. Kind of looks like my eyes. It kind of looks like the fake image I made not too long ago that someone got pissed at me. Like I made a fake quest for image for a video, for a thumbnail. And someone's like, that's misleading. And I'm like, but I didn't show anything. Like, whatever. Sure. But yeah, it's going to be a good headset. I'm sure. Like, as much as we're shitting on Meta right now, they're still pouring a ton of money in this industry. And do you know how bad, like, they would start to fail if they pull out of VR? And like fully said, all right, we fucked up. We went in the wrong direction. We got to do something different. From the outside, there's such failures now. No one believes in them. The stock price is going to tank. They have no money. So like image plays too much of a role. Or like selling fantasies. That's what Tesla's been doing for 10 years. Selling fantasies, their stock price is insane. But I would love to see more asymmetrical, like games that play very differently, VR, flat and VR, so you really want to play both perspectives. And ideally, you could do it in the same device. So like when you're tired, flat mode, and just sit back in the chair. I'm scared I will regret putting 900 for the Steam frame or even more. I mean, what is going on right now? It's scary, but yeah, we might be looking at a $900 price tag. And that is, yeah, that's scary. At the same time though, like Valve's devices have held their price. Like they've done pretty well. So if you spend the money and you end up not liking it, you could probably get most of your money back. So, like, it's not going to be this crazy, like, wasted all your money endeavor type of thing. A silver lining. Okay. I own an audio business and starting to stream. Do you stream on just YouTube or other sources? I'm currently on Twitch right now. Not sure if I'm shredding myself too thin between socials. So I don't really stream too much, but I'm also on Twitch right now. The only reason why I went back on Twitch is because I used to have like a massive following on Twitch, and I used to do pretty well. But then I stopped for years. So I said, what the hell? Let's fire the channel back up and see what happens. We get a few stragglers here and there. That's about it. Yeah, the index held its price forever. And look at Steam Decks. Steam Decks held their price, and now you can't get them. So they're actually more in demand. Let's see. What would be amazing? An evolution of VR. No headset needed. You know, yeah, we need the what's called Black Mirror. Just sit back in your shot. God, that concept is crazy. But I mean, we're gonna get to the glasses point eventually. Give it 10 years. Why don't you stream in VR? No one wants to watch that. I mean, in the past I've streamed VR games. One, I think the unsteady camera makes it unwatchable. Now there's ways around that for sure. I've used motion smoothing and stuff. But Steam Deck or Switch 2? Well, I only have a Switch 1. But from what I've seen on the Switch 2, I wouldn't buy one. Steam Deck, I have my entire Steam library. I played through all of Elden Ring on my Steam Deck. So that should say enough. Switch 2, I don't know. I'm not big into the Nintendo games. And it's got a really shitty screen and it's expensive. Yeah, I think XR and VR will merge soon. What's up, Zero Gains? How you living, man? I've been waiting to hear from you. I'm not trying to be pushy. I'm just saying I've been waiting to hear from you. I'm excited. People loved watching Upload stream in VR. Dude, if you have any suggestions, I know you DM me every once in a while. Hit me up if you have a suggestion of like something I should do. Like, you want me to do it like VR chat style or podcast style, or do like, or are people gonna watch a 2D screen in VR? What are you thinking? Like, how did Upload do it? I never really watched. Did they do it in the metaverse? The Womp Womp verse? Virtual Boy 2.0, man. OF style? OnlyFans style? What? Okay. God. I told you guys, if you're just joining, I just got back from physical therapy. I am jacked up. I got something and here with the thing doing something in the neck with the pressing and the pain. And then it pulls to the other spots, and just sitting here hurts. And that I'm really trying to fix my posture. They said my thoracic spine is too tight. And then I have radial tunnel syndrome and I hate life. Yay! Happy Thursday. And you also got sunglasses because the future too bright. The sunglasses are, well, I put them on right before I started streaming because I know it triggers a lot of people. They're like, why are you wearing glasses? It's weird. And you know what? This light right behind the camera, now that I have my sunglasses off, is awful. But if I started with my sunglasses, off, I would have been fine. Now, I ain't doing it. You lost a leg, dude? Oh my God. I'm so sorry to hear that. Man, I've had a couple bad injuries, and I just sit there and think, like, if I ever had something like really chronic, I was maimed, lost a limb. Oh my God. Like, you see people, like, a year can go by pretty fast for the perspective of an older person. If you're like 30 to 50, a year feels like that sometimes. And someone could lose a leg or an arm or something and go through a ton of physical therapy over a year. And by the time you see them, they're recovered. And it's like, oh yeah. And it's to you, it's almost like nothing. But they had 365 days of like severe pain getting there. Oof. Stallone Cobra look. Nice. Every time I start getting fat, I start looking like Stallone. I always say, like, when I did the AIXR awards, when I won the content creator award, and I went up there and I was wearing a tuxedo, I was watching the video and I'm like, Jesus Christ, that guy has no neck. That guy looks like fat Stallone. I look like 70-year-old Stallone. I was like, I gotta lose some weight. And I did. Not even like, I mean, one thing, like, yeah, if I lost a hand, that's 50% of my livelihood, kind of. Well, I always worked in the tech industry. So now I can't type, now I can't use a mouse, that's going to be a severe struggle. That's terrifying in its own. But then you're looking at like a bunch of other scenarios where it's just like you're going to feel like less of a person. Or you might feel like there's a huge psychological part, or even, God forbid, phantom pain. Oh, God, I'm a really empathetic person. So we go down this conversation, I'll be crying. Probably not. I can man up when I have to man up. Do more Fit XR. Well, that's where I lost most of my weight. I mean, it's diet, obviously. Diet, Fit XR. I go to the gym all the time too, but when you could get something that helps you consistently burn an extra 200 calories a day, and you do that consistently over a few months, yeah, that's a bunch of pounds of fat. Hey, I can't allow you to talk bad about Paz Mateo like that. Paz Mateo was a fatty though, bro. Suddenly glasses were a good idea. Platonic compliment. No, I mean, I'm much more comfortable with myself now. But when I started the year, I was almost 200 pounds. And I'm not that now. I'm like 170, 175. And I was probably like 195 at my most fatterest. But then again, I did martial arts for years. Do you know what I weighed when I did martial arts? $145, $155 when I wanted to fight. So I would weigh 155 and then, try and cut the 145 for the fight. So I'd walk around at 155, and I thought I was huge at 155. Like, so I don't know what's going on now. I just have fatty. But it's one of those things too. When you're when you are a gym rat or you're around it your whole life, you're always thinking about it. It's more important to you. You analyze yourself more. You critique yourself more. Freaking every gym person, not every, but a ton of people, you got body dysmorphia. I sit there and tell myself I'm fat constantly, and I'm skinnier than like 70% of the people my age in this country. I'd say my age in this country is probably more like 90%, but and I just don't know. Anyway, Paz Mateo could maybe stand to lose some weight, but it definitely wasn't as bad as you made it out to be. I don't know. I just felt like maybe the suit didn't fit me well. All right, let's go with that. I felt like I looked like Stallone in the show he's in now. Tulsa King. I felt like Tulsa King Mateo. Whoa, 6'1", 154, man. Jeez. You know what? I've seen you, Arlen. You don't look 6'1". You look like a regular short IT guy. I would have said you're a short IT guy at 154. You better start eating some pasta, bro. That's skinny. Or put some muscle on. Oh, let's see. I mean, like, the problem is we're not like, there's not enough education in diet, exercise. They always put it on exercise. It's not exercise. The real problem is we have an abundance of just like super palatable and super calorie dense food. And like it's just worse in this country. It's like, why isn't this better in other countries? Well, they didn't lean into it. When you go anywhere in Europe, the plate isn't this big. when you get a soda, well, depending on what soda and where, but if you get a soda, it might have 15 grams of sugar when it has 40 in America. Like, we just leaned into it. And they're like, yeah, eat more, consume, hell yeah. And now it's like, oh yeah, consume all the food you want, and then take this shot, lose the weight, and just cycle that shit your whole life. Thank you, dude, for the support, man. Thank you. I'm trying to get your name. No crawl. No. Anyway, thank you. Thank you for the support. Hey, what's up with y'all? What's going on, dude? Thanks everybody for popping in on this off day. I just, I wanted to keep the streams going. I haven't been able to stream lately. This was a snow week. We got another foot of snow. School was closed Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So if I sound crazier than normal, yeah, I've had my kids all week. And then last week, President's Day was 2 days apparently. So like my kids just, go to school. Just go to school. But I'm listening to everyone's like weight and height and stuff now. Dr. Mike Israetel. That is a hairy boy, that guy. Talked about in one of his videos. Too much cheap, tasty foods these days. Yeah, that's pretty much true. Yeah. I mean, it's cheap, tasty food. It really is. Ultra palatable calorie bombs, to put it more eloquently. I like, honestly, dude, pita chips. I don't know what they put in pita chips these days. They're like crack. So this is Nick. This is a good Nick Levac. This is a good conversation here, and I know we're so far off VR, but I take it wherever it goes. Follow the dopamine. So I think of full sugar soda as like cigarettes of my generation. Listen to this. This is where it gets crazy. All the companies that owned the food industry back in the day, they worked really hard, used real science to make food more addictive. Everything they could. They did everything they could to make food more addictive. A lot of the scientists that worked on these foods during the time left the industry insanely guilty. So they did, and they found the best way to do this is just start pumping up things like salt, sugar, and fat. Find the right delivery system and the right vessel to get it into you. And they found like testing on how to, find out what kids like the most, and they made addictive foods and they pushed it, and they, put the cartoons on the boxes and the cartoon characters, all that stuff. And it's like, wow. It's like these guys are drug dealers. It's like, it's where did they get all these concepts? Well, the people who own the food industry at that point all came from the cigarette industry. They knew they had an addictive product. They knew they were hurting people. They didn't care. They did everything they could to just, skate free and sell as much as possible. And then they went into the food industry when the laws got, too overbearing on them, and they did the same procedure in the food industry. It's nuts. It's nuck and futs, if you want to keep it clean. I mean, candy is candy makes my brain go zing. I'm not gonna lie, man. Lights a cigarette, and that, my kids. No, I mean, they figured out how to make your brain go zing. Got to make that money. Got to get that cheddar, right? Hey, how much lighter does Steam Frame feel compared to Quest 3? I can't answer Steam Frame questions. I don't have a lot of answers. The only thing I said is our studio has one. So it's not here. I don't have it. No one's ever handed it to me. No one has shared any information publicly. I plead the fifth. Oh, I like those cigarette candies. Those were cool back in the day. Yeah. And you just blow out dust. Which fired off a random memory. Do you guys, I will only spiral off into left field if you guys want me to, if you give me permission on this. If you want to hear a random semi-drunken idiot story about me and my friends that will be fairly quick, say yes in the comments. If I get like 5 yeses, I'll tell the story. Otherwise, we move on. Lucky Strike, was Lucky Strikes? Was that the zebra one? What were there was the candy cigarettes, and then there's the paper wrapped ones that were gum. See. Parli italiano, Nick? Io parlo un poco, ma non bene. Let's see. All right. Stupid story. I'm in my 20s. I used to work in New York City. Well, probably, yeah. I'm in my 20s, late 20s. And I was living just outside of Midtown, Manhattan, New York City. I was living in Long Island City, Queens. Nice 4-minute ride right into the city. Beautiful place. So I was loving life. I was young, had my whole life ahead of me. My body didn't hurt. And one of my buddies like randomly messages me. He's like, "Hey, let's go out and have a few drinks tonight. Meet me downtown," because he worked downtown. So the 3 of us met up, and he's like, "Yeah, we'll go to." There's a great combination of stuff. I can make the story long, but pizzeria. We see a cool place called Led Zeppelin next to it. So we get our pizza. We see the Led Zeppelin. We're like, "Now we're full," but then we go out and proceed to get trashed at this place. It's an iconic place in New York City called McSorley's. In McSorley's, we only serve 2 things, dark and light. What would it be? So it's like, oh, cool. The fridge is made of wood, and there's sawdust on the floor, and that's all they serve is dark and light beer they make. And when you ask for a beer, they give you like 2 8-ounce cups. So every beer is like 16 ounces, and they're like, I don't know, $2 or something. They were like stupid cheap. And we walked out of there like 16 beers later, and we walked back. We're almost done. And we walked back to Led Zeppelin, and we're in there, and it was no one else was in there. It was late. The guys who run the place were closing down, and like, oh, here, they brought us a plate of like, everything they'd left over, and they're like, yeah, just take what you want. And so I take the plate and I hold it over to my friend, like I'm going to show him, what there is, and he could take some. And I put it near his face. And the second he looks at it, I go, whew, and it's powdered sugar because Zeppelin's. So everything on the plate has powdered sugar, and I just cover him. And I'm laughing my ass off. But the people who work there, I guess, had it already cleaned or something. They were not happy. And that's my drunk idiot story. So that was at Led Zeppelin. Memories. But what got my brain there is we were talking about the cigarette that does the fake powder sugar smoke. That's it. What are Zeppelin's? They're like fried dough that you get at those carnivals in powdered sugar. So it's pretty much like fried dough things. It was an assortment of fried dough things covered in powdered sugar, basically. Yeah. My whole life, I've always had those like somewhere in the back of my brain. When the impulse control isn't there, I get the light bulb idea like, this will be funny. And you just basically like, I think it has something to do with, I used to work really late in IT sometimes when we would have to do like system turnovers or hardware changes. So I'm like, shit, we're going to be working till 1 o'clock in the morning after a full day of work, just me and my boss. And we'd literally like sit back and like have some beers, not get hammered, but we'd have some beers and do the work. And by like 1 in the morning, you're loopy. You've been working since 8 a.m., 7 a.m. You're now 1 in the morning, you're loopy. So like now you're like walking around this empty office and you know where everyone's seat is, and you become like an urban terrorist. You're like thinking of like booby traps. You don't want to hurt anyone, just something hysterical. So like you start with the classic, you take someone's like handles on their drawer, You open up their drawer, you unscrew their handle, and you put it back in reversed. So now they're like, they get in and they're like, what? And they can't open their drawer. That's pretty funny. That's a good one. So like, I think I've developed the mischievous brain over time because of that. Like another good one was if, like sometimes you'd find girls have like a stretchy cord under their table for like, I don't know, they do leg exercises or some shit during the day. So we'd stretchy the cord to their chair. So in the morning, you pull out your chair, you're all tired, you come into work, you pull out your rolly chair to sit down, but we tied it to a bungee and it just slams back into your desk at 8 in the morning. That was a good one too. Or we'd find women who would live. I'm just realizing how crazy we are. We would find like sometimes women would just leave extra pairs of shoes under their desk. I guess you need a shoe change in the middle of the day. So we would go to the shredding machine and just take a little bit of mulch, like the shredded mulch. It's not dirty. It's not gross. It won't cut your foot. It just feels weird. And we'd sprinkle it in their shoes. What is wrong? What? We went loopy, man, right? Yeah, funnel cake stuff, man. That's what we were talking about a minute ago. Oh my God, how do you say that in German? Everything is in German is nuts. When I was in Germany, I couldn't pronounce a goddamn thing. And I was trying, and the girls are laughing at me at this bar that we're in. Well, it was a happy hour for the XR event. And they're laughing, and they're like, yeah, we always joke that Americans can't say the word for squirrel. And I was like, what is the word? And I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to say that. So, Cosmo, what is the word for squirrel? When you go a little loopy, better keep your nurse well paid. Germany was, so I was only in, we say Cologne, Germany. It's like they say, I don't want to butcher it, but they pronounce it completely different. And it was beautiful. I loved it. Yep, that's the word. That's the word for squirrel. Squirrel is so much nicer and easier. But just think about the movie Up. If you guys haven't seen, I think it's a Pixar movie. Up, old man in the house flies away by balloons, but a little kid gets trapped with him and they end up on this mystery island. So that's the plot. But then they find a dog who has a collar that translates what he says. And every time he sees a squirrel, he does what dogs do. He goes, squirrel! How bad would that sound in German? You ruin the whole damn movie. Köln. I don't know, man. I got nothing for you. Hey, look at Streamlabs dropping that link for you guys. That's all my affiliate stuff. So if you guys ever looking for games, if you're looking for hardware, I updated it not too long ago. So all my recommended games, footage, if you don't know what a game is. So you see I recommended a hidden gem and you're like, what the hell is Dungeons of Eternity? There's usually like gameplay footage and shit there too. So you check that out. I highly recommend you check out that link. Click the link! All right, let's see. What premise didn't age well? I gotta catch up, Nick. Oh my God. An old man took a kid to a mystery island. Oh shit. Saying it out loud. Oh. It wasn't via plane. All right. There's no flight logs from the flying house. So Mr. Comic Book Guy, I originally was not having any plans of playing it, but I think I will. Is it dropping only on PlayStation tomorrow, or does it drop? It's not going to drop on PC that early, right? It's only going to be PlayStation. I don't know what it is when it comes to the Resident Evil games. My brain has always been, I'll play it when I play it. I've never been, I gotta play the new Resident Evil game my entire life. I don't know why. I've never been that way. I think the last one I got really excited about was one of the crappiest ones, which was Resident Evil 5, but that's when they announced co-op. And me and my friend just went home and we were like, we own this motherfucking game. We're playing it and we're yelling at the cutscenes and it was great. Good evening, mate. What up? What up, Clueless Gamer Dad? I fucked up your name. Dyslexia. Lexdixia. But, I got shocked. The crappiest is 6. You know what? You're right. I take that back. 6 is by far the crappiest. I used to love spamming the button, and what was it? Shiva? That was the second character's name. And you come on, come on, come on. Help. So I keep forgetting that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles demo is out on Steam and I need to try it. I tried the demo a while back. It doesn't show you too much yet. I think I saw Upload VR did an article on it, but I only read the title, so I got to dive into it. So I don't want to, I don't want to jump to conclusions, but they were saying it left us wanting more. Does that mean they can't wait for the game to release and they want to play more, or it didn't give them enough? See how words are funny? So for the people who just read a title and make assumptions and then spread that shit, you're the problem. We're all a little guilty, but be better. Wow, I caught a live. Mr. Happy. Yeah, I'm never on it this time. So this is a random. But thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. I've only beaten RE4 via VR on Quest. I mean, it's on 7 billion different platforms at this point. Remastered twice, 3 times. I don't know. Yeah. See, it's one of those things. I don't jump to conclusions because it could mean either. And that's one, and that might be intentional or that might be completely unintentional. I'm the type of dodo bird who doesn't think, and I write it something exactly how it is in my head. So let's say I wrote that. Let's say this game left me wanting more. Now, but without that tone. This game left me wanting more. Tried to do it monotone. So if I said it that way, I would probably be saying it in the negative connotation. I would think this game left me wanting more. That would, I would expect me to be on the negative side, but that doesn't mean that's the case. I don't think I'd phrase anything that way either. Yeah, it's one of those things, but I'm I know I should know better even after 3 years of this, but sometimes I just do. My brain says, yeah, that's the title I want. That sounds pretty good. That, it's tonally up here. It's just typed down here. And then the internet interprets it. And then I go, oh shit. Or I go, oh, they got it. Or I go, was that me? Let me reread this 18 times. Or go, because you can never win. You like the sound effects today? Are you excited for Stress Level Zero's next game, B-Side? They said this year they're going to start pre-production on it. I mean, I'm excited to see the stuff they've been doing because I know they've been updating their framework so that the entire original Boneworks will run the way it did on PC on a Quest platform. So and this is going to be the baseline for their new game going forward. So yeah, I'm really excited. What is up, Eddie? What's going on, man? Nice to see you here. I didn't grow up with Resident Evil and it just doesn't hit with me. That's fine, dude. I mean, that's a lot of games don't hit with different people. When I was younger, I was much more this is the section of gaming I like and everything else isn't real gaming. But as I got older, I learned to appreciate a lot more things. And anything that is fun, exciting, just like storylines, you can enjoy a cool Marvel movie. You can enjoy some really crazy, gory horror shit. And then usually you find some genres that you enjoy more often than others. But that's it. To each their own. I don't know how I feel, Zero Gains, on I always pronounce it wrong, so I'm not gonna say it out loud. On it's a 3-part name, and you're saying the part I screw up. So yeah, someone could let me know how to say it. Yes. So Pit Mace is in chat. I used to run a LAN room in my basement, and he used to show up with his laptop, and we would play Call of Duty when it was a PC exclusive. And we used to play that on a Sunday from like 8 p.m. to like 3 in the morning every week. And sometimes we'd pop the power. Eddie, those were the days, man. Oh, so you remember one day we took a sidebar and we played Star Wars, I think it was Jedi Academy. We played multiplayer for that. And we were all lightsabering the shit out of each other. And then we went on a cruise. But they actually made a mod for that. People play that in VR now. Kill Delta, there's not much of an update. We're going to hear more about it because the series, just hit like a 25-year anniversary. And then on top of that, they said it's still very much in production. But I didn't hear much more. Hand tracking sounded like a cool idea when it first came out. But the whole pinching. So, I mean, if you've tried an Apple Vision Pro, when it's combined with eye tracking, then it's very useful enough. Like, because it also has the cameras that are tracking your hand. So you don't need your hand up here. Your hand can literally be in your lap, diddling yourself. Like it looks like I'm doing on the stream right now. But your hand could literally be like that, and it still tracks well. And it just bases things where your eyes are looking and your hand gesture. So it works quite well. So the system is possible. It's just we're not there yet. I think the wristband thing, I'm really interested to try that. The one from Meta's Displays. How far back was PC only Call of Duty? Yeah, man, we old. You know, me and Eddie in our 40s, bro. So what was that? What year was that, Eddie? You got any idea if you're still here? That had to be I was in college, right? Early 2000s. And yeah, there's different gestures for control and stuff. But I think it's viable. I thought it was very gimmick. I'm not sponsored here. I think it's very it can potentially be quite gimmicky, but when it hits well. Like it when it feels right, it feels right. So I think it's a viable tech. Yeah, 2003 makes sense. Yeah, I really want to see, how well that wristband does. But we really haven't heard much about the displays. I feel like they're first gen, not gonna do it type stuff. Also, having a monocle, just a one display, is quite disorienting. It really is. That if you ever used anything, yeah. Oh, I used to play Duke Nukem 3D on dial-up. Okay, you used to have to go in and type in your friend's phone number and shit. It was in through DOS, bro. There's a lot of noise upstairs. Oh shit, my family's home. We'll see if they come down. They probably won't. Mama's probably saying, "You're not allowed down," which is good, Mama. Should we call the whole family down before we end the stream? We'll see what they say. I'll put the camera in group mode so it doesn't freak out. Duke Nukem was awesome. Dude, oh my god. Mr. Happy, back in the day, I made a full Duke Nukem total conversion. I replaced every weapon, every enemy, and every level. I was only on my third level of the game, my third level in development. I think you could level edit in Notepad in that freaking game. But, so like I was, it's not Notepad. That's bad. That's further back to Wolfenstein. You could edit the levels in Notepad. But Duke Nukem 3D did have a 3D level editor. And that was the days, man. I made a flamethrower that actually lit people on fire. I didn't know I was programming, but I was programming. And I was like 13. Counter-Strike 1.4. Those are the days when like Counter-Strike was a mod. That was crazy, man. That was crazy. Oof. Oh, I'm in so much pain still. What is the cure for old man? David Clark. The good news was we're here chilling. That VR is great. I don't know, man. I don't know what the original topic was. The you know what it is? It's the fact that you guys are awesome and I get to do this for a living. That's what it is. I gotta work my ass off and get another video out for tomorrow though. Maybe I'll drop it Saturday. I just feel like no one shows up on a Saturday video. But we're gonna be going through a very fun topic. So if you guys didn't give this a thumbs up yet, do it right now. Do it. If you see it like again in the VOD, maybe come back and be like, oh shit, that was the sickest stream I've ever seen in my life. Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. 3 is the right number. So you could do that or not. If you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Please subscribe. I do appreciate it. It means a lot to me, guys. So the next video series we're doing, and this is why you want to be subscribed, is everything wrong with the blank headset. Just wait. I'm waiting to get chewed out when I talk about the PlayStation VR 2. It's going to be so much fun. Maybe I'll put my ass on a quest again. It's been a few years since I did that. You know, exciting times. Anything can happen, guys. But no, we're going to go through the everything wrong with this headset series. And then we'll probably do like the reverse, you know, everything great about this headset series. And I will do the disclaimer in the beginning that no one will listen to or care about, where I say, we're doing this series for every headset and we're going to do the reverse for every headset. And then I'm going to wait to 12 seconds into the video and people are going to call me a shill. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. Full review of Captain Hardcore coming on Saturday. Unfortunately, it's only on my OnlyFans because I had to play the game naked and I had to blur. I just got so tired of blurring stuff out that I couldn't do it anymore. It's too much editing. So just went straight to my OnlyFans. $15.99. I think that's cheap. You know, I gotta keep it classy. And that was today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Family and friends, if you're watching this, don't listen to a word I say ever. I'm an idiot. All right, guys, it's been fun. Thanks for hanging out. This is about as much socializing as I get for the entire week. So thank you for being here. Thanks for the support. I'll drop that link again if you guys are looking for any games or hardware, headsets, you name it. We have a game in development. You could check the links on any of my videos. I don't think I have a link for it right now. Or noeticrealms.com. We are developing a game. It's coming along nicely. We just did our first alpha. We're introducing some cool mechanics and features that I can't wait to show off. Got more to talk about. Like I said, I wish I could be talking about the Steam frame, but I'm not allowed to yet. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace. Good. That was pretty good. I did it all right. Yeah. And that was today's stream, guys. Thank you so much. I wouldn't be here without you. You guys mean the world to me. I hope I did a good job answering all of your questions. And if you want to help support me, the easiest ways are always to leave a comment, throw a thumbs up, subscribe, or if you're one of those crazy people who likes to burn money on me, why not use one of my affiliate links for a discount on some accessories? Maybe become a Patreon or YouTube member. And finally, I have a merch shop with items that no one has ever bought before. Again, thanks for hanging out, guys. And of course, I'll see you on next time.